What's up, my Hex fam? Happy full buck moon. As you may know, obviously at this point, this will be your full buck moon reading. So let's see what this moon is bringing you. Alrighty, let's see what's going on for my collective spirit. What is the full buck moon bringing them? What energy do they need to harness or are going to harness? Sorry if that was loud. I was talking a little closer to my microphone than I usually do. So, sorry. I do know that this moon is bringing spiritual growth massively. It is bringing a lot of growth. So you will be called to take some initiative. Just be called to really, really get things done. Your lazy bone is out the window with this moon in Capricorn. All right, I'll take these three. Ooh, all of these are new moons. It's so funny. I love when that happens in readings. Let's see what this is. Bottom of the deck is a new moon as well. Okay, a lot of change here off rip. And it's funny because usually full moons are about like releasing, but for you, you are getting a lot as you release a lot with this full moon. So we have new moon in Aquarius, new moon in Sagittarius, Virgo, and Gemini here. This is funny because these three on the end are mutable signs, but the Aquarius is fixed. But like I said, with these cards, I feel that a lot of change is happening right now. This is so funny. A lot of this full moon is like clearing out things that so you can bring new things in. So love may be coming, luck, a lot of luck may be happening. You might be seeing things, the upside of things happening from now on. It'll be unexpected, I feel like, with this new moon at Sagittarius. Then you have a time to give rather than take. And then we have communication is key. With these two cards being on the end, I do feel that a lot of you might start being a little more, I was going to say cynical, no, logical and observant with things, especially with this Virgo new moon and with give and take. This is kind of giving me Six of Pentacles vibes. I feel like you're going to be a little more logical with your give and take, what you're taking, what you're giving, what you're receiving, and what you are also giving. You're going to be really logical about that at this time. And we have communication, and you might be just communicating your needs in a better way or learning to do so with this new moon in Gemini. With it being in Gemini, I feel like you may have a hard time doing that. You may want to revert back to your old self. You know, that's the twin sign. You may want to revert back to how you used to communicate or the things that the tactics, the communication tactics that you used to use, you might want to revert back to them, but you will see that they don't work, right? They're not going to work at this time. It is time for new communication or learning, bettering of communication. And you also have bring love into the situation. With that being the first card, I do feel that you are being called to bring more love and positivity into a situation, and that will bring you luck. You will start to see good karma from that, or if you have karma from before, good karma from before, you will start to see it now as things flow, which is funny because, like I said, full moons are for releasing, but because you might be with your soul, this moon being so just proactively encouraged to grow, you're not going to want to see or do the old things that you used to do. Like I said, it might be a little difficult with that new moon in Gemini, but no. it's I feel like it's going to be easier said. Some will be easy, some will not be. I'm a little jumping back and forth with my readings today for some reason, but this moon I know is going to be a very strong one, so I know my energy was going to be a little like, what's going on? But a lot of growth, a lot of improvement, and just moving forward is happening with this moon in different aspects of your life. But overall, bringing love into the situation, just bringing positivity and just seeing everything in a different light will help ease this. I just heard when things are happening today, just listen, it's the full moon. Let me not do too much, right? Just kind of reminding yourself. Queen of Cups. That's funny. Bring love into the situation. We have Queen of Cups. I'm gonna move these cards up some. Wow, it's so crazy how we have all these new moons. So much change. It's like getting all major arcanas to me in your reading. Like, so much change. You have the Lovers. What is this full book moon bringing them? Oh, that flew. That's funny. Ace of Pentacles. There go that change, like I was saying. I love how it's falling under look is on your side and a time to give rather than take. I feel like that's like the perfect embodiment of those two cards. Ooh, oh my god, y'all, this is a lot of change going on. Five of Cups in reverse on the bottom of the deck. All right, we're gonna get right into this energy because I just, it's big. So, like I said, your overall, before you even approach the day or start thinking too deeply into your day or just logically about all the things that's going to happen, what's going on, start with positivity and love. I'm going to have a good day. I am going to just thrive today. I'm going to grow. I'm going to, just bringing positivity into it. Let me take a sip of my tea real quick. But yeah, bringing positivity into your day. You might have a different sense of love for yourself as this time happens, as this full moon. You might just start seeing yourself in a more confident or more gentle light. And I love that. So bring that energy into your day because it will, not even just into your day, just into this time period. I feel like because this full moon energy will just flow over the next few days. But growing into the person that you are growing into and your soul has been pushed to grow into, you'll start to be a little more understanding and sensitive in regard to yourself and your life. We have this Lovers here, and it's funny because we have a Gemini card already. That is your individuality. I do want to clarify that, but that is your individuality. That is your choices. You're going to start trusting yourself more at this time, or Spirit is asking you to do so, and also trust Spirit as well, and trust the universe, trust God. Big changes are coming. Luck is on your side, so trust yourself, but also trust Source. Can I have one clarification card? Looking at the snake here, that's funny because I do feel stuff will start to happen. Bad things always make their way to you when good things are coming. So they try to take you off your path. As many of my people would say, the devil trying to get you today, right? So as those things happen, remember your goal. Hey, I'm growing. I know that I can. This is just happening right now. It's not happening to me. It's happening for me, and now I know what not to do. Just try to guide yourself through a positive mindset, as that may not be like your first instinct. You may be cynical naturally, or used to be. Can I have one more clarification card for the Lovers, please? The Page of Swords in reverse. That just told me, like, you're not new to this. You're true to this. With these two cards coming out, and the Knight, it's a whole bunch of cards. Stop listening to everybody else, everything else. Get out of your head and focus on the goal. I feel like that's a big thing here, clearly. Focusing on the goal and stop letting outside sources influence you. Your choice is ultimately up to you with this Lovers. It's up to you, and it always will be up to you. So remind yourself of that. And don't let them, and I do feel like it's probably other people, but it may be just different parts of yourself that you've grown out of that are trying to butt their way in. Like, hey, you remember when we used to do this way? No, you don't do that anymore because you don't have to. That is not you. It doesn't work for you anymore. So remind yourself of that at this time. I love how everything I'm telling you from beginning to end, how you act here is how it's going to affect the end of your reading. So with these two cards being in front of the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like your outlook and your perspective on life, yourself, as well as not letting everybody else influence your opinions or even your old self, like I said, your younger self, or outside sources influence your opinions, that's where Ace of Pentacles will come in. The knowledge of a time to give rather than take, the wisdom of knowing when to take and knowing when to give, especially with the universe, right? With yourself, your 3D world, knowing when to give yourself out, give yourself out to the world, giving your knowledge, your wisdom, your intelligence, feeding the world with all this good stuff, and doing it in a more discerning way, and not just giving. And that's when the universe is like, actually, here you go. You might see opportunities this week. You might see just honestly opportunities within yourself as well, your growth, just seeing your worth. With that being an Ace of Pentacles, this may be an opportunity in your 3D world. You may get more money. You may get a job offer. The world reverse is so something you've been waiting to hear, maybe. Whatever you've been waiting on at this time will be coming, and you will like the result. Okay. I like that. I don't know. It's different for everyone. Everybody will have different opportunities, but something is coming. These two cards coming out in the Temperance and the Justice. Temperance is in reverse. I do want to clarify these two cards to see. With it being under the Gemini, I do feel that, like I said, you might want to revert back to your old ways sometimes. You might have used to have been impatient, or there's something that you're regularly known for, is what I heard, or you're regularly used to doing. You know yourself for that, maybe impatience, or just doing things a different way because you want things to get where you want them to be. Slow down. You can't get here, or where you can't get to where you want to be without God, without the universe. So trust. I feel like, and everything will work out in your favor with this Justice. She holds the double-edged sword of truth. So things may not work out the way that you expect them to at this time, but that is why Spirit is emphasizing, hey, have a positive mindset going through it, because when things are happening, that mindset is your strength, right? I'll clarify this Temperance and this Justice. I do want to do it together because I feel like they go together. They come out together. So we have the Five of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, thank you. So being impatient gets you where? Being impatient gets you nowhere, and it's right at this time. Being impatient is not going to get you to where you want to be. It's actually probably going to push you back a little bit. Do not be impatient. Let things happen as they should, and if things are starting to happen the way you don't want them to, tell yourself that is how it's supposed to happen, because at that point it's out of your control. And that's what I'm also getting, especially things that are out of your control. Stop it. I don't know why Spirit is being so strict with you right now, but it's. I feel like you have the tendency to be a bit cynical and negative. Maybe it's easy for you to do that. That is how you once were, but now you're being called to grow into your highest self and see whatever you see your highest self as. Remember, start living like that. Start being like that. Maybe your highest self, you see that person is being more patient. That person, as in you, being more patient. Do that. Eating better. Do it now. Working out. Going for walks every day. Do it now. Start being that patient, loving person. Okay? Ooh. A lot of wisdom here. And it's funny because with this Five of Pentacles, you know what this Five of Pentacles feels like. You know what it feels like to be left out in the cold, or having to abandon things, or things abandoning you. You just know what that abandonment, or just, I just want to say empty energy, like the feeling of change and going through change and it not feeling good. But now you have that knowledge. Although you don't have all Five Pentacles, you took one with you to remind you of who you are, right? Okay. And then we have the Eight of Swords. It's like, it's just a big release yourself. Like, release yourself from those old mindsets. Release yourself from just impatience, as I was saying, because it's not going to get you anywhere with growth wise. Okay, let's get some advice, and that is really what this moon is bringing you: a whole bunch of growth. Sorry if you see hear noise in the background. Do not live for myself. Let's get some advice. I really want to know what Spirit has to say, because this is an interesting reading. I really hope it was clear, because it was. I see how it can be a little all over the place, but I also see how it flows. But I also want you, count how many times I say also, want you to realize that the universe loves spontaneity. What is that word? Is it attribute? I don't know. It's spontaneity. Regardless, the universe loves it. It loves to be all over the place just to get right back organized, right? So many cards, but it loves it. But as this chaos is going on, you always remember your ultimate goal and that everything is happening for you. Advice, please. This must be some good advice. Boy, this is coming. Taking its time. Yang. Wow, that came out in my last reading. That's funny. We have Yang, and then we have Unfinished Symphony. Like I said, it's something here that you've been waiting on that you haven't finished in your life. You have Royal Heart on the bottom of the deck too. And New Life. Wow. With that Loyal Heart, I feel like Spirit is like, stick to the plan, stick to the game. You have this. You have so much strength, and it's such an emphasis on keeping your head screwed on tight when all of this happened. And I feel like this is the universe telling you, like, hey, shit about to get crazy, or it might get a little weird. You might not like the way this is going. Loyal, stay true to it, right? Stay true to it, because you have the knowledge and the wisdom to move forward. You have it. I understand you might get a little impatient sometimes, but stop yourself. Unfinished Symphony. Stop yourself when you get to doing something that you usually do that's a negative, like a negative habit that you have. Just stop. It is a time for action. It is a time to better yourself, to grow into the best version of yourself. It is time, and that's why things are so active and moving right now. Oof. Y'all, Hex fam, that was a reading. Okay, that was a reading. But yeah, you guys, this is what this full book moon in Capricorn is bringing you. And that is another thing I wanted to say. It is very strict around here because this moon is in Capricorn. It's very strict and it's very serious. So I get how this can be a little like, oh, what's going on? But just bear with it. Like I said, keep your head screwed on tight and you will get through it. But like I said, you guys, that was your reading. I really hope this helped. It's tired me out a little bit, so I know this was some strong energy. I do have regular hours now for my booking, so go ahead and click that link in my bio. I said click that link in my bio and go ahead and book me up. I am always available for you guys. If you like my energy like I love yours, I will see you in the next one. Bye.